Welcome, I'm Kenneth Jiu-Jitsu Master and Mystic Messenger. Everything that I share and say and do is for a reason. If this sounds like a contradiction, there isn't. Investigate further. Okay, I'm going to get straight into this today, talking a bit more about the screen. I did a lot of videos on the sacred mirror. Okay, you are heaven and earth unto itself in a cubic reality, right? I learned a lot about the sacred mirror, and it's referred to as a sacred mirror because no one knows of what goes on in your mind. It's known as the sacred temple, all right, which is projecting. Your mirror is reflecting that which is within. Hence, it's the sacred mirror, the sacred temple, the sacred place, mentioned a lot in ancient texts. All right, when you hear of the sacred place, it's talking about this because no one else knows what's going on in here. Okay, where Father resides, the potter at the wheel, etc. The eye of man, the I am. Remember, the depiction of God is the invisible light, spirit, and love. Through the Son, okay, we have the image, love, wisdom, and power of that depiction. And it's all in the temple. We are told in the scripture, you are the temple of God. Therefore, we need to get understanding of what's going on in here. Know thyself. Okay, so I'm going to elaborate a bit more on this mirror because it should reveal to you that you are in, again, a quantum biological AI virtual simulated reality. It's not real. It's not our home. And so we need to turn around. In the movie Angels and Demons, hopefully you can see that all right. Oh, goodness me. Hang on. Let me blow that up for you. All right. Okay. Angels and Demons. All right. There is this scene where he says, I go to the right, meet you at 180. All right. I'll go to the right. Right is right. Meet you at 180 degrees. Turn around, away from the screen. Okay. Because we do the works in heaven. We invest in heaven. We go through a period where, through retrospection and reflection, with hindsight looking over our lives, we can make connections, okay, with the ages, the development of us, our interaction with the external world through social engineering, which created our psychological makeup. Then we come into greater knowledge, going up the steps, climbing up the ladder, where we start to turn away from it with the realization, oh, this is not our realm, okay? I'm being schooled. I'm going through the 7 eyes of the Lamb. I'm coming into knowledge and wisdom, okay? There's a lot that you are going through while you are in this realm journey. We are learning. Okay. Hence it says in scripture, my people die for lack of knowledge. And many just don't do the works seeking God. No one seeks me, no one understands. So in David Bowie's music video, where are we now? Right? Where are we now? Oh. Right? Where are we now? You notice again, he's revealing he's got a twin, his ego and his true self. There's a screen. They always put a screen behind him. He's showing he's turned away from the screen. You always see in a lot of music videos, they put a screen behind him. For example, again, we see the screen. All right. The apple. Allegories in music videos. Mirror. You also get a lot of this with the mirror. There's the twin. All right. Remember, who we really are is inside. We are not the avatar, not this body, mind, or its concepts, not the personification we first played as the first man, Adam. This is going to be flipped. This is why we're here too. All right. It's It's the emergence, the fusion of an idea of ourselves, which is molding us back home. All right. Hence, we go through such a dramatic process. So we flip from the first earthly man, Adam, to the heavenly man, Adam, that reflects who we really are within. We turn 180 degrees, face within, okay, with now this new heavenly Adam ego reflecting the Christ that's in us. There's the twin. My Father bears witness of me, and me of the Father. There's the two witnesses, all right? And there's the spirit man in us. 3 verses. Did you invest in the spirit man in you? So there's your twin. It's in you. They become as one. So don't worry if you don't get it. It does require more precepts and research to see the mirror of yourself, because you find that your ego first imitates the narrative of the world and the thoughts accepted of yourself through social engineering, which created your psychological makeup. But you could be in conflict with yourself going through the ages, not happy with yourself, because that's not who you really are. Hence, there is this inner conflict, because you're still tied to that which is true back home. All right? This becomes flipped, and you have compassion for it. You're not worried about the body, mind, or its concepts. You can mold yourself, change yourself. You can change form. Many of us are here for a particular reason, going through certain processes, ready for the expansion of ourselves. As it says in scripture, these are like robes. You throw them down, but you remain the same, and your years will never end. Your years will never end, especially in the space-time continuum. Death is an illusion, but you can be caught in the Ouroboros, the loop, playing many roles where you think you experience death, and you keep getting reset or relocated, etc., stuck in the game. All right, this is why God sends his children, the 144,000, and his elect, a remnant, to help people get out of the illusion, because they've been in a deep, profound sleep with severe amnesia. And so at the appointed time, he sends his messengers, his angels. That's what angel means, messenger. Right, this is the truth of where you are. You're addicted to the spirit realm, spirits. You're drunk, as told us in the Bible. Okay, you got an addiction to the false, the deception, the AI. It's time to wake up and come back home. Okay. Little Wayne. All right. Mirror. Little Wayne paints a portrait of himself. All right. The Christ depiction. He's pointing to the Christ within him. Little Wayne. He sees the reflection in a mirror, and you see on one of his eyes, fear God. All right, which is the beginning of wisdom. You got to learn of the temple, of who you are, so we can return back in spirit and in truth, in holiness, wholeness. Okay, because when you have severe amnesia, you don't know how all this works. You're setting yourself up for trouble. Hence, we get this wonderful verse that says, and I'll paraphrase, I wish they seek me, though I'm not far, but because they do not, they're going to hurt themselves. Hence, we need the Lamb's blood to be sprinkled on our conscience to heal us with wisdom and knowledge, where we come into the truth that sets us free. Because what we do to ourselves in this world, misusing the power, because you are a very powerful nuclear star being. Okay, your consciousness erects states, realms, etc. You literally are a quantum jumper. Many are completely unaware of it. All right, and yet there is this baseline, orchestrated and designed, should we say, destiny. You have the ability to select thoughts, okay, that will go in connection with the traversing through a particular orchestrated timeline that's going to benefit you. God works all ends to good. All right. Of course, many people are completely unaware of it. God's thoughts are not our thoughts. At the point of time, he becomes present again to us. That's our first love. And we're like, don't you ever leave me again. That's what I was like. Okay, because for a while he goes away, but there's a mystery which is revealed to us in the Bible. Okay, where he's doing the works behind the scenes, because he's showing us it's his game. He says, this world, the earth is my play. It belongs to me, the fullness thereof. I've got something to show you. Okay, let me pause there. Do you know what's amazing? Last night, I was just sat in the sitting room just watching a random YouTuber. Sometimes I like to watch something that's not related to the mysteries, the truth, etc. Just to unwind. And I can't even do that. Because as I'm watching this YouTuber, symbolism is popping out everywhere. Like Father is talking to me through the YouTuber and the surroundings. I'm like, yes, I get it. There's no turning back. All right. There's no more unseeing. So in Google, we enter September and we get this imagery with the fork hitting the X. X marks the spot. We're here. And the bird symbolism. Right. So I'm going to share something with you now and answer a question in a unique way. I did mention this the beginning of the year, but many didn't catch on to what I was saying. I know that. It can be very difficult. You need to be more multidimensional in your thinking. It helps if you understand the nature of this realm. The world's created through the word and the mirror, the sacred mirror. But now you have, if you've been following me for a while, you will have a lot more precepts, which will give you greater revelation. I mentioned about the calendar, right? When we entered this year, January, I said we also entered a reflection reverse, a reflection of this year in reverse. So we entered December. I don't want to confuse you. So as we went into January, February, March, there was another level to reality. Like the mirror is collapsing upon us. It's like the year has been, another year is being reflected, reduced, and is reverted and is now collapsing to us. Like 2 years, 2 timelines, the mirror, the heaven and earth about to collide on itself. So January, February, March, we were also going into December, November, October. And we got the presentation of the middle, okay? Which is, again, January the 11th, if I can remember, where we got the middle marker of the eclipse. And Father revealed to me there is another reality on top of this one, okay, a world within a world, a timeline of this year, which is opposite, a reflection, reverted, and it's closing in, right? Like two years. Like, I don't know what they've done out there. Something's gone on, and it's like we've got 2024s, right? Like, so we're coming into the year 2024, January, and it's like as another one was copied, it's turned around, right? Just as we entered, and it's facing each other, and it starts to merge like that. All right. I think that's the best way to try and articulate and convey this. That is what's going on. And so we get a lot of strange imagery on the world stage and copies. You may have seen Mandela effects or people's testimonies. I've got 2 Hoovers, or there's been a duplication of something in their life. Okay, you may have seen these presentations. That's because the 2 years, the reflection is collapsing on itself. All right, I hope that makes sense. Don't worry if it's confusing, gone over your head. It's so hard to articulate and convey this. And there's a reason for that. All right, let me pause there. In fact, I'll tell you the reason. It's because it's the Ouroboros. It's a snake eating its tail. It's the one thing. All right, you're just seeing, again, the serpent eating its tail. The averted side of it, the back end of it. I hope that makes sense. Do not worry if that goes over your head. Now, as you grasp it, you'll be like, no way. And if you pay attention to the symbolism, okay, if you love symbology, you're present, you'll be able to see the reflection or the symbolism of this actually going on. It takes more of a mystic eye for this, so I've got to share it with you anyway. So the compass. All right, I'm going to be talking about the compass. I mentioned about the mystery of the compass in my videos, but I got a question from Uncle Frogger, who shares this experience he had where he's on a walk basically and his compass starts spinning, or it points on 411, which is the door out of the realm 11. Okay, let me pause there. So when you start to wake up and you go into symbology or the esotericism, the occult, the hidden knowledge, you realize a lot of the esoteric imagery, the east is on the top, not the north. It's in connection with the constellations. Jesus Christ wasn't born under the North Star, it was the East Star. And it literally paints a picture of the framework of the development of the spirit man in you. Now this is going into the deep of things here, with the mysteries, etc. So I don't want to go there and confuse you. I'm going to try and keep this basic. So the compass, when you're in your cubic reality and say you don't know, you're still asleep, you don't know any of this knowledge, you have this paradigm, belief system about the world map that's being presented to you. All right. And it sinks in, your subconscious sinks in with the matrix, the space-time continuum, the map that's being presented to you. And it gives you these tools that tells you that you're navigating, which is fooling you in the dream state, in the game. Like in a video game, you have a compass to traverse yourself through the map. It's no different in this world. So you look at a compass to navigate yourself in the realm, but really it's all in here. Okay. Like Neville Goddard said, when you enter a building, everything around you outside of that building has collapsed. It doesn't exist. People wouldn't believe it. They were like, what? Right? If you look at how a computer game works, and the same as your universe, it uses the quickest and less power than you can imagine. All right? It's always reserving power. And the subconscious does this. If you keep doing things repetitively, even with your body, it starts to mold itself. It's like the subconscious kicks in and says, I'll take over. I know the quickest and easiest way for that to stick. All right. Oh, goodness me. And so when you, like Neville Goddard said, the American mystic, when you are in your room, like now, with what I see in my presentation, what is behind me, what I'm not observing and paying attention, it goes back to the field, the pure potentiality. I mentioned a bit about this with the shadow people, etc. Now, when the compass starts spinning, that's because it's saying to you, you're becoming more sentient. You're waking up. All right. So the compass starts going crazy. Why? Because you're in another place, 180 degrees. Like Neville said, excuse me, you're on your bed. In the dream world, you're traversing through the world, but you don't move. You're on your bed. Like in the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, man lays down his body, he comes into the realm, amongst men, like men, yet not like men. And so when the compass starts spinning, it's saying to you, that's because you're going back to the center. You're on your bed, you're not moving. And so down here, the compass goes crazy. Right? That's the explanation why the compass starts going crazy. Because it's telling you, you're in a dream world, you're in a simulation, you're in a matrix. It's time to wake up, spin, spin, spin. It's telling you, you're not really here. All right? This is not real. It's another way to say, now you're becoming centered. Right? You're starting to wake up. It's a frame reference. Your cubic reality, the screen, your immediate environment. All right? When you're in the world, it syncs up with all the paradigms, beliefs, and knowledge that you attain about the world and how to traverse it. When you come into the realization you may be in a world that's not real, your compass will start spinning. You see a lot of this image in movies. Okay, I better stop there a minute. I'll just pause. Okay, so I'm running out of time. I do apologize. This is why you are seeing 411. 4 means door. 11 is the realm. 1111, you're about to return home. This has been the copy century, as I mentioned. Okay, your compass is going crazy because it's saying it's the end of the game. You're actually at home on your bed. You don't move anywhere. So therefore, the compass is going crazy now because you're about to wake up home. So there's nowhere to really go. Okay, you're visiting same locations, and it's funny, we always go to very familiar same locations. You look over your life, it's all there, yet there's so much we don't see, so much we are not allowed to see. There's certain areas and locations you can't go. It's all orchestrated, hence using media, the mainstream narrative. It paints the reality over you. Okay, it doesn't want you to know that you're in a quantum biological virtual simulated AI reality. So what do? They paint a reality on you, paint a reality and put it over your mind like a Faraday cage. This is the reality, and they fool you with a fake reality, using all the tricks of the wizards and sorcery, the magicians. Okay, very clever. So I hope this makes sense. It is going a bit deeper into things. I do apologize. It does take more context. It takes more precepts to understand the things that I'm saying. Nonetheless, I'm going to share it because I'm aware now that many are really receiving greater revelation and understanding precepts and symbolism. They're going to grasp what it is I'm saying. I hope you do too. All right, I really do. When you grasp it, it's going to be shocking. As it says in the Secret Gospels of Thomas, you're going to be disturbed, troubled. But then you will marvel, then you will have rest, and then rule it all. Okay? Your life, your cubic reality. I'm Kenneth Andre, Tenjitsu Master and Mystic Messenger. Love you guys. Have a good day.